What would a trilogy have to do to be better than Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I genuinely don't think there's anything they can do to be better than Lord of the Rings. Like, at this point, there's so much nostalgia tied to it for me as well. But even just objectively speaking, it's not a method of filmmaking that's done anymore. Where it's majority practical effects, real locations. They just don't do that anymore. Shit, even the CG in Lord of the Rings trilogy has aged really well. Most of it, not all of it, but most of it. I don't know when the last time any of you watched it, but I watched it within the last year. It is still so good. So like, I'm sure someone has a compilation of like the CGI. It actually, for the most part, still holds up super well.
Did you know Gollum was one of the first fully CGI characters to interact with live actors? The VFX budget for the Lord of the Rings trilogy was around $100 million. For the creation of Gollum...
Which, keep in mind, is nothing nowadays. $100 million is like your basic starter Hollywood film now. Even the most dog shit films are like in excess of $100 million.
Gollum, motion capture was used to bring him to life, with Andy Serkis providing the movements and voice. This groundbreaking technique set a new standard for CGI characters. Fun fact, the battle scenes in The Lord of the Rings used a software called Massive to create thousands of individual soldiers, each with their own AI, making the battles look incredibly realistic. Overall, the budget was well spent, resulting in high quality and innovative visual effects.
Like, just no production is going to do that laborious task of like handcrafting this kind of big scale thing anymore. It just doesn't, they don't do that. It does make for better quality when they do. I agree. And again, we've had this talk before, because all the time people always mention like, or I guess not mention, people always whine like, man, CGI these days fucking sucks. How did like Dead Man's Chest from like 20 years ago look that good? It still looks better than today's CGI. We're going backwards. And that's not exactly true. VFX, like, employees, like the entire VFX industry, is notoriously underpaid and overworked and forced to churn out shit as quickly as possible, cut as many corners as possible, so you don't get that time to bake it like they did back then. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean films, like Lord of the Rings. So that's why so much CGI looks worse these days. It's not like people got less talented or more lazy. Its studio executives just became more cutthroat. Thoughts on Avatar's CGI? Well, Avatar looks amazing. Avatar, all three of them have looked amazing. They do a very good job there. They crush the visuals. Did you watch Housemaid? Is that the Sydney Sweeney movie? The only reason I know that exists is because when I walked into Marty Supreme today, I saw a poster for Housemaid, and I was like, oh, is that Sydney Sweeney? So no, I haven't seen it, and I didn't even know it existed until I just saw that poster. It's like her fourth film of the year. And her other three have been colossal flops, right? She's had, like, actually 4 movies this year. Let's see. Yeah, Housemaid's the newest one. Then there was Christie and Echo Valley and Eden. Eden was the end of 2024. So this is her 3rd movie of the year. And I know Christie fucking flopped hard. I don't know about Echo Valley, though. Let me see. There's not even any public information on its performance here in the box office, so that probably doesn't instill a lot of confidence. Anne Hathaway has 7 movies in 2026? What? Holy. 2026, the Anne Hathaway takeover. Is she really? I'm gonna look that shit up right now. 7? Okay, let's see. Her upcoming films. For 2026, she's slated in Mother Mary, Devil Wears Prada 2, The Odyssey, Flowervale Street, and Verity. 5 movies. With confirmed release dates in 2026. That's pretty strong year. Can't believe they're doing a Devil Wears Prada 2. Why? Why are you surprised? They gotta dust off those legacy IP right now. Milk them for all they're worth. I'm not surprised even a little bit. That's Hollywood, baby. Who's an actor or actress you can't believe you still... Who is an actor or actress you can't believe still gets roles? You can't pick Jared Leto. But that's not fair. Jared Leto is the actual perfect answer for that. Jared Leto, based on all of his box office numbers, post, like... Christ. I guess post Suicide Squad, but even Suicide Squad wasn't good for him either, have been complete disasters. Just colossal failures across the board. He is legitimately the most perplexing actor that still gets roles. People refuse to see movies that he's in because they already know it's going to be bad. The only other ones I could even think of would be Gal Gadot. Maybe just Gal Gadot. No, Sydney Sweeney's on such a huge cold streak. Maybe her too. Fucking Madam Web, Eden, Christie. So maybe those two? Ezra Miller. Well, Ezra Miller doesn't get roles. Ezra Miller hasn't had roles in fucking years. He's asking about the actors and actresses that still get roles actively. My only guess is Seth Rogen. I see why Seth Rogen still gets roles, though. You can point to, like, his box office success. He's not like a Poison like Jared Leto, where it's like a guaranteed failure when he's the leading man. The only other one that, like I said, the only other ones that come close are like a Gal Gadot, where she is on such a huge cold streak and has become like an actual like laughing stock for how poorly she acts. What about Amy Schumer? Amy Schumer would have been a good answer like 10 years ago when she was in everything, but nowadays, what does she do? She doesn't do movies or anything, right? I think she's just like a full-time mom now. Let's see. I'm looking at her IMDb to see what her last projects were. Kinda Pregnant. Totally forgot about this. She did have a newer movie. That was 2025. Completely forgot about that. Life and Beth. That was a TV series in 2024. And then the other 5 projects are her stand-ups. Then Trainwreck in 2015. So she doesn't really get roles. There doesn't seem to be like any really good mainstream big-name actors like there used to be growing up. Not really true, unless you're trying to make the argument that they don't sell tickets like they used to. Because in like the early 2000s, if you put an A-list action star's name on something, you were guaranteed to put asses in seats. That's not necessarily true anymore. But like Hollywood is now mainly just like the same. We just talked about this a couple days ago. It's still like mainly just the same people recycled over and over again for like every role ever. 30-plus-year-olds for the high school roles. That's a Hollywood classic. Do they still do that? I don't think they even really do that anymore, right? Maybe they do. Euphoria. I completely forgot about Euphoria. I couldn't stand that show. I tried to give it a chance, I just did not get into it. Stranger Things Season 5, they're all like 23 and in high school. Actually, the perfect counterpoint, you're right, yeah. They do still do that. Stranger Things is in like a different area, though. They've had 5 seasons in a decade, so everyone that was there has just naturally aged. They're not doing it on purpose, per se. It's a little different, but yeah. I still love that they had Michael C. Hall play a teenager at 40 years old in Dexter. Oh, that scene is so good. Yeah. Hold on. God, that's Jesus Christ, man. What has happened? This is the fucking problem with YouTube Shorts, man. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
This may be the most hilarious way to de-age a character I've seen. Rewatching Dexter, I came across this hilarious attempt to show a young Dexter. They just used Michael C. Hall, aka Dexter himself, and put a weird ruffled up bowl cut wig on him and called it a day. I love the show, but this is just hilarious.
So
there was a
good.
teen actor.
That's so good. Looks like Shane Dawson. Yeah. I've watched Dexter. I just dropped it after, I don't know, it was season 3 or 4, I can't remember. I heard the new Dexter season is, like, actually really good, though. Which is shocking. Do you have any expectation for Marty Supreme? I watched it today. I liked it. I don't have any, like, huge complaints with it. I got similar, without getting into spoilers, I got very similar vibes in that movie to Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems. And I really liked Uncut Gems. I thought they captured that chaoticness very well, much like Uncut Gems did. So you liked it but didn't love it? I liked it a lot. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I did like it. It's a movie I would, like, comfortably rewatch. But it's not a film I think everyone's gonna love. Wait till he figures out it's the same director. Wait, Marty Supreme and Uncut Gems have the same director? No shot. Oh, wow. What the fuck? Like I said, I knew nothing about Marty Supreme going into it other than, like, the Timothée Chalamet hype train that he was generating. Well, that's cool. It makes sense now why I got such similar vibes to Uncut Gems. He has really mastered the way of capturing that stressfulness on the big screen. That's cool. Timmy's aiming for the Oscars, doesn't have a chance. Personally, I think so. I think it was a really good performance from him. Do I think it'll win? We'll see. I see no reason he shouldn't be nominated, though. It really was very strong. Did Tyler do a good job? He did. He didn't have a huge role to play, but without getting into spoilers, he's not a massive character in the movie or anything, but the scenes he's in, I thought he did really well. And they were probably, like, the silliest, most, like, absurd scenes. And I thought he captured that very well. Did everyone clap when Kevin O'Leary would appear? Mr. Wonderful was not drawing any round of applause, but I'll tell you one thing, I was surprised to see him. That was like the last fucking guy I expected to see in a serious role. Is he a good actor? He wasn't bad. He was basically just playing himself, though. Which works, I mean, again, that's probably why they cast him, would be my guess. So it worked. Like, he didn't do a bad job. You finished Dexter, see if it matches Game of Thrones ending. I already know how it ends. Nothing will ever be worse than Game of Thrones ending. I already know the end of Dexter. But, I mean, they did just bring it back, so I guess it's not like the full end. You think you'll ever make another debut for a movie? I don't know. I saw something really disgusting in the previews for Marty Supreme. The new Hunger Games trailer, Sunrise on the Reaping. My offer must have got lost in the mail. Weird. Very weird. It's like they're shoving it in your face. True. Despicable. Doesn't make sense. This is now the second time they've done a spin-off Hunger Games movie without District 8 hospital helper, and they think this time it's going to work. Laughable. What part would you want if they did give you one? Legitimately the same fucking role. just have me be a hospital worker. It gives you like a 20-minute flashback sequence of you climbing out of the rubble and forming your own district. See, that's what Hollywood's missing, that level of creativity. It's a simple old school exercise, and then And then Charles climbs out of the rubble and ruin of District 8. Should make a documentary about your journey to being in the Hunger Games. Nah, they can suck my dick. They don't appreciate me. Why should I? Been fucking 5 Hunger Games movies since the last one I was in. Not so much as a peep from my co-stars.